Hello, folks. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers. I hope that you're having a great day. Today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to those of you who are mothers, and to those of you who are expectant mothers as well. You're nearly mothers, and you will be mothers very soon. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the tribulation. It's important that people understand the tribulation. It's important that people understand why we are nearly through the tribulation. Now, this is my opinion, but I'm going to give you some more reasons as to why I believe that the tribulation is nearly through. One thing that happened a few years ago, the Georgia Guidestones were destroyed. Now, the Georgia Guidestones told us that what the plan of the globalists was to bring the population down from the 7 or 8 billion people on the face of the earth to around 500 million. That would have been somewhere between 1 in 14 or 1 in 15 or possibly 1 in 16. That would be left, and the rest would be destroyed. Now, the plan, even though it wasn't really greatly spoken about, was that most of the people that were to be here were going to be Chinese. And the thinking of the globalists was that the Chinese people were the ones who would follow orders and be most obedient. The rest of the populations in the earth were such that they would not have followed instructions, and so therefore China was to be the country that would wind up having population left on the earth. All the other nations would be destroyed. Now, the God plan, which is the plan that the alliance is working on, is the fact that all countries sign a 1,000-year peace treaty. Now, in order to be a part of all of the things that will happen on the face of the earth, all the benefits that will happen, each country has to adhere to the agreement of peace for 1,000 years. Now, the 1,000 years just happens to be the amount of time that Christ is going to reign on the earth. At the end of that time, Satan, who has been bound by the archangel Michael, will be loosed for a time so that he can tempt the nations. Now, when they say tempt the nations, obviously that means us, the individuals. It doesn't just mean a single nation. I believe it actually means the people within each of the nations. So this is going to be the opportunity of the people who have gone through the 1,000 years of peace to have their opportunity as far as deciding whether or not they want to continue in the reign of Christ, or they want to go in a different direction. And so that's what that whole situation will be. Now, I told you at the beginning of the show, I do believe that this is going to be a video talking about why I believe that the tribulation is nearly completed. It's very interesting to me that there are a number of people out there today that are talking about the numbers of people that are living in the various countries. The big one, of course, is China. They're actually saying that China, instead of having 1.4 billion people, may possibly have 300 or 400 million. Well, there was a time when all of the parts of China were pretty busy, people everywhere. Now all of a sudden, there are large portions of the nation of China where there's essentially nobody anywhere. Now, it could be a hoax, it could be something of that nature, but there are too many people that are talking about that. Now, there are other countries where we are actually seeing that that is also the case. I believe that a lot more people are missing off of the face of the earth than what there was when the tribulation first began. Now, we have talked about a lot of the plans of eliminating the population. Now, there's all kinds of things that are going on. Some of these diseases that coming out, such as the COVID and many of these other things, are actually taking people out, and a lot of people are dying. It's not just elderly people. There's children who are dying. There's a lot of things that they're doing to children. The sex trafficking, the adrenochrome, where they're killing hundreds of thousands and probably even in the millions every year to sell the adrenochrome to the very elite in our population. Now, it's not all of the elite. There is a group of elite that are working with the alliance. Now, the alliance right now is more or less the arm of God. And through the alliance, a lot of the things that are going on the face of the earth are going to be moving in the direction of Christ reigning. We said the other day that Donald John Trump is kind of the person that is ushering in the second coming of Christ, just like John the Baptist ushered in the first coming. They are doing all of the things that would cause that. For example, President Trump signing executive orders that bring religion back to the country. After so many different people have been in office, whether in Congress or whether in the presidency, and they are doing what they can to more or less destroy religion and religious freedom. And he's bringing these things back. He has spoken different times about Christ, and he has spoken very lovingly and caringly about Jesus, about who Jesus is. And I really believe that President Trump is a godly man. Throughout his history, you don't see where he has abused people. You see where he has helped people. Many people who have been in need, whether they've needed to go from the West Coast to the East Coast to get medical treatment or whatever it is, he has made sure these people have gotten to where they needed to go. He has helped people who are destitute and in bad situations get into a better situation. But most importantly, he has been fighting against people like Epstein and so on for many, many years. He would go to some of these places where they were doing some of these things, and then he would report. And it's very interesting how that people don't hear these things on the news. The news media, the mainstream media on the television, those people are being paid millions of dollars to tell you lies. Well, you know, there's a lot of people who've been offered a lot of money to go to that dark side, and they haven't done it. And that's something that's very important to remember. There are people who simply cannot be bought. This is Kevin from Good Day, Good Prayers. Please remember to give us a thumbs up. Please remember to subscribe to our channel. And while you're at it, please go to DSR Chats and subscribe to that channel as well. Maybe see a few of those videos that we have over there. But the most important thing that we want you to do on this wonderful Mother's Day is to tell your mother how much that you appreciate and love her, and also to have a good day. Good day.